Priorities are extremely important because money is finite, which means it's not infinite. You can't just constantly keep spending on whatever and having the same amount of money in your bank account. We constantly buy things and we constantly make choices and spend money. And then eventually, if you keep spending all your money, you will run out. Now, I don't want to give you the scarcity mindset in the sense that you are scared that your money will run out. But if you don't have priorities and you just kind of spend on whatever you want, then there is a chance that you are going to be in a bad financial situation. And I do not want that for you. Hi, my name is Jess and I am so honored to be talking to you today. I make personal finance content and I'm hoping that you will stick around and watch more videos. Knowing your values and your priorities when it comes to money is extremely important because it makes it very easy for you to say no to things that don't matter to you and say yes to things that do. So if your financial goal is to save for a house, then maybe you won't get that super expensive drink when you are out to eat, or you will cut back on buying fun things at the grocery store if that's something that you enjoy. It's important to understand that my priorities and your priorities are completely different, or maybe they are the same, but generally people have different priorities. And I think that is a beautiful thing because we all have different things that we value and that are important to us. Like, for example, I like to spend money on skincare and things at Sephora, and that's something that brings me joy and I can afford it and I can fit it into my budget. Whereas you may hate buying things from Sephora or hate buying certain items. Maybe you value spending your money on video games or other things that maybe I don't value. So it's really important to know what your values are and focusing on spending money towards the things that make you happy and just kind of getting rid of the rest. We generally all have different things that we want in life, but there are a few things that we all need and we all should prioritize first and foremost, and that is shelter, water, food, and clothing. Those things are the basic necessities that you need first and foremost before you start spending on things that you want and fun spending. Once you have all of your needs covered, then you can start to allocate funds towards your wants and things that make you happy. You may be in a season of your life where you can only prioritize the necessities and things that you need every single day. And my husband and I definitely lived through that season. When we first got married, we were very young, we had no money, and we kind of just paid rent and food and giving, and that's all we did. That's all we could afford to do, and that is how we lived our lives. And then as we slowly got older and started making more money, it was easier for us to kind of have a little budget for fun spending and things that we want to do. I don't want you to look on the internet and think that you should have a goal to have a house or a goal to buy an expensive car if that's something that you don't care about, because it's so easy to go on Instagram, go on TikTok or YouTube and be influenced by people spending money on crazy amounts of different things that really won't bring you any value. And that's why I'm really focusing on making sure you know what your priorities are. After your needs are met, we move on to being able to buy things and spend money on things that bring us joy. You may love to travel, whereas somebody else might hate traveling and hate going anywhere outside of their hometown. And I want you to really focus on writing down what you want in your life, because maybe you don't want a house like everyone's telling you that you need one. Maybe you don't want to have kids like everyone says, oh, you need to have kids, you should have kids. You need to understand what's valuable and important for you and your family and understand how you can reach those goals and achieve those things. Generally, it's important once you prioritize what you want and what you want to value in your life is to get rid of the things that don't matter to you. So if you're someone that does not care about eating out at all, then don't budget for it. If you're someone that does not want expensive or luxurious skincare or makeup from like Sephora or Ulta, then just buy drugstore items if that's what works for you. No one can tell you what you should budget and prioritize in your life. And I do think that you should be investing and saving for your future, because your future self will thank you for making mindful decisions and saving up for your future self, because when you're retired, you obviously won't be able to work. I know it's fun to think about all the things you want to prioritize right now, but also I want you to think forward and think into the future. Where do you want to be in 5 or 10 years from now? Do you want to have a kid? Is that something that really excites you? Or do you want to have a home? Or do you want to involve more traveling? And with all of that, you obviously want to retire one day. So are you able to save all the money that you need to retire? And I know this sounds very stressful, but it's very important to kind of realize what your priority is. If you want to have a child, are you going to go on maternity leave, or is your partner going to go on maternity leave? And do you have enough savings to kind of have that buffer when an income goes down? And also, do you have a down payment saving for a house if that's what you want to do in the future. What I really want you to think about when you are done watching this video is figuring out what priorities are important for you. There are a lot of people in your life that are going to tell you things that they think you should find valuable. But doesn't that sound a little bit silly? Why are you telling me what should make me happy? Why are you telling me that I need to follow the life script of going to school, getting married, having kids, buying a house, and doing all of those things that everyone seems to do? If you don't want to do those things, you don't have to. And I want you to think about also, if you do follow through with things that people want you to do, you're going to spend a lot of money doing things that don't even make you happy. So I want you to prioritize things that make you happy. And the most important thing is to understand your values and work towards achieving the goals that you want to have in your life. I don't want you to focus on making other people happy. It doesn't matter if your parents are happy. It doesn't matter if your friends are happy. And also stop trying to impress people. I know a lot of times we prioritize impressing people, but at the end of the day, you're not even impressing yourself with everything that you're doing. You're not even happy with what you're doing. If you have a friend that loves to buy expensive shoes and clothes and you buy those things just to keep up with them and for them to compliment you, in the end, you're just gonna get sick and tired of buying the things that don't bring you joy, prioritizing things that don't bring you value. Then you're gonna have a lot of debt, or you're gonna have less savings than you should because you spent money making other people happy. I would recommend taking a notebook and writing down things that you prioritize and things that you wanna have in your life. Also wanted to mention, I'm not saying cut out things you need to do, like have a job, you need to pay your bills, or doing laundry because you need to clean clothes. Those are things that we may not value or like to do, but they're things we have to do as adults. But the things that you can control, I'd recommend making a list of things that you love to do in your life and making a priority to do those things and trying to work towards having the things in your life that you value and not what everyone else values. So pretty much just stop being influenced by people and do what makes you happy. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you are prioritizing in this season of your life, because of course, as we grow older or as our lives change, our priorities can change as well. I hope you stick around for more financial videos, and thank you for watching. Bye!